Let's now get into some practical work. All right. Now we're going to design our email template. We talked about, in the last video, we talked about the important things that are needed to create the perfect email template. So now let's go into that. There are some important steps you need to take, and I believe we've covered that in our previous video. I will just go through a recap. One important recap is that you have your account settings set up the right way. That means you've added your website information, you've added your company name or your brand name, you've added some important information, including your address, right? Because we're going to need that information very soon. Then you also confirm that if you do not sign up on SendPulse with a domain-based email address, that you had one. Right here, you can see that I have praistetesting@gmail.com. This is basically a created account with a Gmail account. So I would need to add a domain-based email address. Basically, all you need to do is go to service settings and you add them. For your account settings, you can see that I've added the language. I added a currency, I added a time zone. The time zone is important so that your emails get sent at the right time. You added the right country, the right city. You click on additional information right here, and you enter your company name, your website, and other fields. Okay. Now that you have that set up, important for source of email is kindly always select subscribers. Now that we have that set up, all right, let's move on to adding a from email address, basically adding a domain-based email address. What would you need to do is basically come to service settings, you click on add a new from address, and you add a new from address. It's pretty much straightforward. So let's go ahead into creating our email template. So what we need to do is to click on email template right here. We get to this page. SendPulse has a large database of pre-designed email templates that you can use. All right. So you can check out all these beautifully designed email templates. You can categorize them based on these filters up here, or you could just use all and pick what you think works for you. For the purpose of this training, I will want to show you how to do one from scratch. And basically for the purpose of you understanding some elements that we've talked about previously. So let's go into that. Once you click on email templates, you click on add a template, and you come to this page where you have the three options. Now this option right here, which is template import, is if you've already previously designed an email template using HTML and CSS code, you want to import it. Right, these are basically for developers who know how to do this. And you can use the HTML editor and actually write your code within SendPulse, okay? And then we also have the option of using the layout template editor. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the layout template editor. When we click on this, we have 5 different options, all right? We have the basic, we have the commerce, we have the 3 columns, we have news, we have text. If you're sending a plain text email, just use text. If you're sending like a newsletter, you want to add more information, pictures and all that, you can use news. You can use 3 columns to basically send, be creative with all these options, all right? And there's no limitation. You can use the basic and you can move it around as you deem fit. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to use the basic because we're sending a basic email, right? And here is what we get. Once we click on the basic email, we get to this page, and this is what I call the canvas, right? Because basically a space for you to be creative. And here on the left, you have the element, all right? And then we have the section for you to add columns. We have the section for you to edit your text. We have the section for you to preview your email template. Now, on the left here, we have the element, all right? On the right here, we have the element characteristics, basically things that can be used to update and manage the email, the elements you drag into the template, all right? So all we need to do now is just to click, drag, and drop. Click, drag, and drop. So why are SendPulse giving you this basic layout? You can actually walk around with this layout. You can see here the SendPulse has added. Let's start from the top. On the top here, we have the pre-header. Whatever you write here gets displayed in that pre-header section of emails, right? That is the section immediately after your subject line. So you can have a short description of what you want to put here. And then we have the company logo. Now, this is optional depending on how you decide to design your email template. Some organizations prefer to just add the logo up here and then write up their content, all right? And I will show you those two options. So let's assume we have a logo, and this is our logo right here. Then we have an image section right here. Basically, most emails you receive will always have like an email banner that basically, if you're inviting someone for a program, you had a banner there, and then you can write your email content right here. And then we have the button. This is basically the call to action section. Then coming down right here, we have the copyright information. Now you can see this copyright information has all these curly braces content, like curly brace current year, current underscore year, curly brace close, and all this. So here is where all the information we set previously, all right, by setting our company name, setting our company location, gets displayed. All right, you can see current year. You can see ECAS emails sender company. This is basically your company name. Then we have your company email sender address. So basically your address that you've added in your service settings. Your account settings. So just leave this blank. You do not need to do anything here. If you want to make designs, you can decide to change the color of the text or whatever. But for the sake of simplicity, you can leave it simple. Then we have the social button, all right, the social network, the social section, right? And here you can actually come on the characteristics section, the elements characteristics section on the right, and then you can change it. So let's say we want to show our LinkedIn first. We use column LinkedIn, show the LinkedIn. We go to LinkedIn and copy our LinkedIn link and keep it here. We have our Twitter. We don't have this. We just use Instagram instead. You add the link here. We have YouTube. Let's use WhatsApp instead, right? And you add the link here. Pretty much straightforward. If you want to change the design, you scroll the way to the top right here. You can change the design as you deem fit. All right, you can change the size, smaller, you can make it bigger, you can make it as large as you want. And just let's leave it as simple as this size. That's so small. Right. Then at the final section, we have the unsubscribe section. Right. So you could see that this email has been sent to you because you are a subscriber or customer of your company name. All right. You can decide to rewrite this. You can decide to say just unsubscribe if you do not want to hear from us again. We will not want to meet. Whatever it is you want to be, you write here. Be creative. There's freedom in creativity. All right. So that's basically what you need. So let's delete everything right here and let us build a basic email from scratch so that you know or you get familiar with how to click, drop, and drag. As you can see that no matter what happens, I try my best never to touch this section. Okay, I do not touch this section because, well, Centros has put that there for me. I do not want to mess with it, and I will leave that there. The moment you get more comfortable with the system, comfortable with the environment, you get used to making modifications as you want. All right, so what do we need? We need an image first. Let's click that, drop it. Then we need a text section. Let's click a text, drop it. Then we need a button, which is our call to action button, drop it. What if we need a video? Yes, we can use a video. We click video, we drop it. So for the image section, we click on image. We have this file upload section. You could see that I've previously created folders. You can create a folder by clicking this new folder section up right here. Why do I create folder? Because I want to organize my brand logos. I want to organize some other things so I don't have to scroll and be searching for them. Right. So let me use a pre-designed. Let me use this. All right, now you can see how large it is. Now, I will remove this company logo simply because the company logo is already in the banner. So I do not have to duplicate that logo multiple times. So let's remove this. Let's edit this top and let's say learn all the best email design or learn email design best practice or something like that. Let's just write from the best. And then we have our email pre-header. Then this section right here, we want to leave this, okay? And then we want to come here and call the customer's name. Let's personalize this a little bit. So I will say I, and then I can decide to personalize a little bit. All right. Now it's much convenient to personalize when you're about sending your campaign. So we'll learn about that in our next video. So let's just write idea, which is not really cool to call everyone dear, but let's use that. And then we will just look for random text to populate this area. Okay, this is not going to be practical in the real life scenario, but we don't have any other options to find, or find random text. Alternatively, I can just be lazy and copy all this out and paste it in. Yeah. So there you have it. So let's go to the button. We can make the button any color we want. We can put a button at the center. We can make the button full width. Be free and creative. Let's just play around with it. You'll find your way around. It's pretty straightforward. For the video, you do not need to import any video or upload every video. All you need to do is you already have that video somewhere. All right. I will always advise that you use the YouTube link. You can see that it's written YouTube because that is much easy to integrate. So all you need to do is go to YouTube, find the link you like, copy the link and paste it right here. You can see I already have a link ready and I've pasted it. You can see that the video gets displayed. And when you receive the emails, your recipients will be able to play the video right there in the email box. And there you have it. Then you come to preview and then you can see your email templates both in the desktop or laptop view and on the mobile view. So you can make changes to make it more easier to work with on mobile, and you can make changes to make it more easier to work with on laptop. And there you have it. Save, give it a name, and save your template.